Hey everybody, this is Tim Wolf, and today's subject is an article that came out last year about Spotify opens the floodgates, allowing artists to upload tracks directly to the streaming giant. And then just recently they announced that they were canceling that beta program. Now, what is that about? What is streaming? Streaming is 85% of the music revenue currently in the US. It's less than that in Europe. For example, Germany, for the first time last year, 2018, passed the point where streaming revenue was more than physical sales of product like CD. But in the US, I mean, Tower Records, etc., is pretty much gone. You can't buy physical CDs. There are no retail outlets. People consume music from streaming. And streaming means Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Tidal, Amazon Music. There's a large number of companies, but Spotify is the largest in the world. Apple Music is nipping behind them, and Amazon is growing. Pandora is big in the US, but not outside the US. So between the artist and the streaming service, there always was an aggregator, and the two big ones are CD Baby and DistroKid. I'm with DistroKid. DistroKid has an arrangement, or had an arrangement with Spotify, and they distributed the CD Baby has a lot more going on. They do a lot more for independent artists than just that. They do that, but they do a lot of other things. DistroKid, I think that's their main business, is to act as uploader for digital streaming. And so that was really going to cut them out. And it was a big deal, and a lot of people had opinions on it. I really didn't, because either way I was going to get my music up there. I still needed to get my music uploaded to other platforms. I wasn't going to limit it to just Spotify. Apple Music actually pays twice as much per stream to the artist. Apple Music is preferred. I prefer to have people stream my stuff on Apple Music because they pay twice as much. And the reason they do that is they don't have a free tier. Spotify has a free tier where you can listen to music without paying, without having a monthly subscription, but you have to tolerate ads that pop up. If you pay the subscription, there are no ads. I myself, for my music streaming, I use Apple Music. So, and I don't have ads, but Apple doesn't have a free tier. So everything they do is the paid, and paid tier pays more to artists than the free tier. Anyway, Spotify is kind of a controversial thing in the music industry because they're a big power player, and they have to work with the big labels. There's 3 big labels, and there's a lot of other smaller labels, but the 3 big labels are Sony, Universal, and Warner. And there used to be a smaller one, but they got swallowed up or broken up. So now those are the big 3: Sony, Universal, Warner. So they had some part ownership in Spotify, but they recently got rid of that. And now they have a contract with Spotify, and Spotify is saying that they're not making money, but yet the labels are thinking that they're not getting enough from Spotify, and those contracts are coming up for renegotiation, and it's going to be a big, big fight because both parties need each other. The labels don't have a way to distribute. They would lose. I mean, their alternatives is Apple and Amazon and Pandora, but Spotify is humongous. It's a big player. And Spotify needs the labels, but Spotify says they've never made money. They're still losing money, so it's a problem. And this direct upload thing that Spotify was going to do, I think it was just kind of a blip. I don't know that that's a major issue for the labels. The labels are really, really into what are they going to do when they renegotiate their contracts with Spotify, and how are they going to get paid. It's going to be a big clash of the titans, so to speak. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's going on in the streaming world and Spotify. And streaming is the future. It's 85% of the revenue stream in the US for music. People consume music that way, and CDs haven't gone away. Vinyl is actually growing, but it's still like 1 million units a year. It's a very small part. It's kind of like a novelty, or it's a niche. It's never going to be back to where it was, where it's going to be as big. It's going to be a novelty, small niche thing that people do because they want that tactical sense. CDs will probably always be sold at gigs, and artists can sign them. But the problem is, people, even in the last 5 years, they don't make cars with CD players anymore. And do people have CD players? I don't have a CD player set up in my house. I stream everything. I have cars that are older, so they have CD players in them. My 2004 Ford CD player doesn't work. I need to either replace it, but I'm not want to spend the money to do that because I stream everything. I get my phone and I stream it in the vehicle. So the world is changing and streaming is the future. That's all I got today. See you next time.